Hello and welcome to today's class. To start with, let's come into your child's pose, relaxing your hips down towards your heels and resting your head on the ground, taking some slow inhales and exhales. And please be very mindful of your neck as we move through today's class. If anything doesn't feel right, please come right out. Rise on up, tuck the toes, come into your downward facing dog, and let's start by bicycling out the knees, bending into one knee and then the other. Inhale the right leg up high, step it up in between the hands, lower the left knee, low lunge. Shift your hips back for your half splits. And then bring your hips further back, come to seated, left foot against the right thigh and fold over your right leg. Slowly rise on up, plant your feet, come into your yogi squat. Hands to the ground, we're going to hop towards the front of the mat, so 2 little hops. Place your bum down, roll onto your back, hug your knees in. Roll your hips around if that feels good. Then plant your feet flat on the ground, lift your hips up into bridge pose. Maybe stay like this, maybe see if you can get your hands underneath your bum to get those hips a little bit higher. Slowly release down. Plant your hands flat on the ground, a little bit of momentum, rock those hips up, grab behind the back. We're coming into a shoulder stand, straighten the legs. And then option here to bend one leg, bring it behind you, and then the other one to come into plough pose. Keep your legs straight, toes on the ground. And then slowly rolling all the way back down. Use your hands to support your body. Plant your feet, take a breath here. Take your legs out long, relax your neck, and then hug your knees in, grab behind your legs, rock on up to a forward fold at the back of your mat, or top of your mat. And roll on up to standing. Turn to face the other side of your mat, inhale, hands up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold, walk yourself out to downward facing dog, to plank vinyasa, cobra or up dog, and back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up high, step it up in between the hands, lower the right knee, come into your low lunge. Shift those hips back for your half splits. Bend back into that left knee slightly, just so you can move your right foot, come to seated, right foot against the left thigh, fold over the left leg. Come on up, plant the feet flat on the ground, push yourself up into a yogi squat. 2 little hops to come forward on your mat, so that you can come down on your bum, roll on your back, hug the knees in. Maybe take a few circles. Then plant your feet flat on the ground. Lift your hips up into your bridge. And again, maybe place your hands under the hips for a little bit of support. And slowly release down. Plant your hands flat on the ground. A little bit of momentum. Rock your knees above your head. Grab behind your back. And then slowly start to straighten the legs into your shoulder stand. If that feels okay, then you can bring one leg down behind you and the other one and come into your plough pose. And then slowly come back around. Use your hands to support you to roll back down. Take those legs out long into a Shavasana pose. Take a couple breaths and then hug the knees in, grab behind the thighs, rock on up, yogi squat, hands to the ground, come into your forward fold. Roll on up to standing. Turn to face the other side of your mat. Inhale the hands up, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, walk your hands back out to down dog, to plank, take a vinyasa. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high. Step it up in between the hands. Find your low lunge, lower the left knee. Shift your hips back to half splits. Bring your hips all the way back, come to seated, left foot against the right thigh, that's it. And fold forward. Come back up, plant your feet, come into your yogi squat. And then 2 little hops to come to the opposite end of your mat. Come onto your bum, roll down onto your back, hug those knees in, maybe taking a few circles. And then planting those feet flat on the ground. Lift those hips up into your bridge pose. Again, maybe placing your hands underneath. And if shoulder stand is not in your practice, you can always just come to this one again. Lower back down. If you want to try shoulder stand, swing your hips up, grab hold of the back of your spine, lengthen those legs above you. And then option to take your plough pose. Bring one leg behind and then the other. Take it nice and slow. And then coming back down, use your hands to support you as you roll through the spine. Feet down, lengthen them out. Take a breath. Grab behind the thighs, rock up. Come into your forward fold. Roll on up to standing. And then turn to face the other side of your mat. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands out to your down dog and take your vinyasa. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up high. Step it up in between the hands, lower the right knee, low lunge. Shift those hips back to your half splits. And then bring those hips even further back, come to seated. Right foot against the left thigh, fold over the left leg. Come on up, plant the feet. Lift your bum off the ground into your yogi squat. 2 little hops up your mat. And then let's roll onto our bum, roll down onto the spine, hug those knees in, maybe taking a few circles. Planting the feet, lift up into your bridge pose, maybe support it underneath your hips. Slowly release down. Plant your hands, lift up into your shoulder stand, lengthen those legs. And then maybe taking plough pose, lowering one leg above your head, and then maybe the other. And rolling back down nice and slowly, using the hands to help. All the way back down, lengthen out the legs. Take a breath here. And then bring those knees back in, grab behind the thighs, rock on up, yogi squat, hands to the ground, forward fold. Slowly roll on up and come all the way up to standing. Turn to face the other side. Inhale the hands up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, walk the hands back out to down dog. Come to plank, take your last vinyasa. We'll meet back in downwards facing dog. Slowly lower the knees, untuck the toes, sit back into your child's pose. Relax everything down, release any tension from the body. Taking some slow inhales and exhales. And thank you so much for practicing with me today.